So you're asking, when a murderer kills a person, whether the person who's killed without any justification, that his sins will go back to the murderer. It's even much greater than that. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, if this is the only thing that worries you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمُ خَالِدًا فِيهَا وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَلَعْنَهُ وَأَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. I cannot just count how many complications and punishment, severe torment that Allah has prepared. A person cannot just comprehend it. It's very severe. وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمُ. Number one, the punishment for the person is Jahannam, the fire of hell, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. خَالِدًا فِيهَا, to reside therein eternally. وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ, and Allah is angry with him. Allah's wrath will be cast upon him. وَلَعَنَهُ, and Allah will curse him. وَأَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا, and Allah has prepared for him a huge torment in the fire of hell. What is this? For what? For killing a single Muslim. Abdullah ibn Umar ibn al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, once he was performing tawaf and he looked at the Kaaba and said, مَا أَعْظَمَكِ, how great you are. And وَمَا أَعْظَمَ حُرْمَتَكِ, and how great is your sacredness and holiness. Yet, by Allah, the blood of a Muslim is much greater and sacred than you, than the Kaaba. لَزَوَالُ الدُّنْيَا أَهْوَنُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. The demolish of the entire dunya and what it contains is lighter than shedding the blood of a single Muslim. The blood of a Muslim is very sacred. So that's why this is one thing. As far as your question and its answer. In one hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, أَتَدْرُونَ مَنِ الْمُفْلِسِ, do you know who is the bankrupt? They said the bankrupt is the one who is bankrupt. Is the one who doesn't have any money. The one who doesn't have dirham nor dinar, he's broke. The Prophet ﷺ said, no. The real bankrupt is the one who comes on the day of judgment with mountains of good deeds. So why would he be bankrupt then? وَيَأْتِي وَقَدْ شَتَمَ هَذَا وَسَفَكَ دَمَ هَذَا. And meanwhile, he comes with mountains of good deeds, but in the dunya, he has insulted such and such person, and killed that person, and backbited that person, and hurt the feeling of that person. So they all come on the day of judgment asking for their rights. Okay, he wants to settle their cases with him, but no money will benefit. Even if he possesses the entire world, has turned into gold, and he is ready to give it as a ransom, it will not be accepted. فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْ أَحَدِهِمْ مِلْءُ الْأَرْضِ ذَهَبًا وَلَوْ افْتَدَى بِهِ. And both are impossible. So, how will the cases be settled? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, to the oppressed ones, those who have been killed, or the blood was shed by this person, or even lesser, those who have been backbited, slandered by this person, hurt, been beaten by the person, oppressed by the person, take your rights from his good deeds. Let's start taking from his good deeds. And eventually his deeds, the mountains of the hasanat will vanish. The angels will say, oh Allah, khalas, it's over. He doesn't have any balance of good deeds. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, take from the bad deeds of the oppressed ones and cast it upon him. This is the answer to your question. And eventually he will end up in fire. That's why Tawbah has conditions. To quit, to regret, to make a promise that you will not commit the sin again, to beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness. And if the sin involves a third party, a human right for instance, to go to the person and say, please forgive me. I erred, I'm sorry, I will not do it again. I will do anything so that you forgive me.